The story begins with something almost every kid has imagined at least once. What it would feel like if some hidden power suddenly woke up and changed everything. Then it drops straight into the life of Samantha, the second-born princess of the tiny kingdom of Illyria. Everyone calls her Sam. Her older sister Eleanor is graceful, polished, and already treated like the future queen. Sam is the exact opposite. Years earlier, her father, King Robert, dies in a plane crash, and after that, Sam's mother, Catherine, takes the throne. Now Eleanor is only weeks away from becoming queen, while Sam still feels like the extra person in her own family. Instead of learning royal etiquette, Sam spends her time with her best friend Mike, a groundskeeper's son who loves music as much as she does. The two of them sneak into a public protest with their gear and turn it into a rock performance. Sam grabs the mic and tells the crowd they deserve a voice instead of a monarchy deciding everything for them. For a few minutes, the energy is electric. People cheer, the song kicks in, and it looks like Sam has finally found the one place where she can say exactly what she thinks. But the moment police sirens get close, the whole thing falls apart. Mike runs with the equipment while Sam distracts the officers on her skateboard, wipes out in front of a giant billboard celebrating Eleanor, and gets dragged back to the palace in handcuffs. Catherine is already exhausted with coronation plans, so seeing Sam hauled in again only makes things worse. Sam argues that people in Illyria are unhappy and that someone should care, but Catherine brushes it off as a noisy little stunt by a tiny crowd. Then she gives Sam the same answer she always does. Whether Sam likes it or not, she is a princess, and princesses do not get to live however they want. Sam storms off to school still furious, only to be greeted by Roxana, a royal influencer with millions of followers and exactly zero self-awareness. Roxana brags about flying to Haiti to raise awareness, and when Sam calls out how fake that sounds, Roxana fires back with the thing that stings most. She says Sam does nothing except embarrass her family, and that even Eleanor must be ashamed of her. While Sam is getting shredded at school, something far more dangerous is happening at a fortress prison on a cliff. In the deepest level, a prisoner known only as Inmate 34 quietly takes a hidden component from an apple, slides it into a device he has been building behind a loose wall tile, and uses it to disable the collar, suppressing his powers. A second later, the cell door drops open. He steps out, and just like that, one of the world's most dangerous inmates is free. Nobody at the palace knows yet that this escape is connected to Sam, but it is. Back at the clock tower studio her father built for her years ago, Sam tries to forget all of this by practicing with Mike. They talk about their first real gig, joke about Roxana, and make plans to sneak out to see Bramblebone play. For a second, Sam actually looks happy. Then she goes to get dressed, finds an old box in her closet, and gets hit with the part of her life she can never outrun. Inside is a picture of her and Eleanor as little kids, and a newspaper about the plane crash that killed her father. She remembers him lying in the snow with her, telling her that every snowflake is unique because of its flaws, and that she is his snowflake. It is one of the only memories that still makes her feel completely seen. That same night, Catherine drags Sam to a formal press event for Eleanor's upcoming coronation. Sam stands there in an awful dress, smiling for cameras while Mike keeps texting her from outside the concert venue asking where she is. Eleanor is warm and playful with her, but the whole event still feels like another reminder that Sam is always standing beside the real star. The second Catherine lets her leave, Sam ditches the dress, changes clothes, and runs to meet Mike. But when they finally get to the club, the bouncer asks for IDs, and the entire plan dies on the sidewalk. The night should end there, but Sam spots someone entering a code on a secure side door and somehow reads the numbers from far away without even trying. She opens the door herself, gets Mike inside, and the two jump into the crowd. At first it is perfect, then every sound in the room starts crashing into Sam's head at once. She can hear tiny details no one else notices, even the wings of a fly and fingers tapping on glass. Her heart pounds, the noise becomes unbearable, and in total panic she triggers the sprinkler system, gets the show shut down, and lands right back in jail with Mike. Mike tries to comfort her in the cell, and that only makes the whole thing feel more confusing. He points out that this is not even the first weird thing she has done lately. She read a keypad from across the street, smelled what he ate for lunch 2 days earlier, and now she is hearing things nobody should hear. By morning, Catherine has already arranged the consequences. Sam will stay on campus all summer under strict supervision. No band, no freedom, no escape. Summer school begins immediately. Before Sam leaves, Eleanor comes to say goodbye. The two sisters have one of the few honest conversations they have had in years. Sam says Eleanor has always wanted the throne, but cannot understand how that kind of life could possibly make anyone happy. Eleanor does not judge her for that. She just says being royal is their job. Summer school turns out to be nothing like Sam expects. The campus is nearly empty, except for 4 other royals. January from Luxembourg is upbeat and chatty. Matteo is shy and awkward. Prince Tuma is cocky enough for 3 people. Roxana is still Roxana. James Morrow welcomes the group with the energy of a teacher trying too hard to be cool, but the whole class already feels off. When he asks why they think they are there, each student repeats the excuse they were given at home. James rejects every answer. None of them were actually sent there for grades, behavior, or missed exams. He explains that summer school is just a cover story. The real reason is far bigger. They are all second-born royals, and second-born royals can awaken a rare gene that gives them special abilities. While their older siblings inherit the throne, they are recruited into a hidden order that protects kingdoms from the shadows. It sounds impossible, right up until James creates several copies of himself. Then Catherine walks in and reveals she runs the program, making Sam realize her mother hid her there intentionally. James starts their training by dropping the classroom walls and turning the room into a brutal obstacle course with lasers, traps, hanging wires, and a glowing pyramid at the end. Everyone rushes in and gets slammed almost immediately. Roxana's body starts flickering until they realize she is turning invisible. Then Tuma's ability becomes clear when he can make people do what he says. After that, Sam uses her super hearing to realize the lasers are still active, tries to push toward the pyramid, and gets blasted back. January's power clicks later when touching other people lets her take their abilities for herself. Mateo comes after that when the strange insect connection around him starts standing out. James keeps finding strange ways to force growth out of them. He makes Tuma practice on a dog named Charlie until Tuma understands that giving commands is easy, but accepting responsibility for the result is much harder. He pushes Roxana by threatening to expose her at her worst, which is somehow the one thing terrifying enough to make her focus. He throws January into borrowed power drills so fast that she starts thinking 3 moves ahead of everyone else. And with Sam, he stops treating her senses like a gift and starts treating them like discipline. The better she gets, the more obvious it becomes that raw talent is not the same thing as control. That difference shows up everywhere. Sam can hear a conversation through walls and spot movement from impossible distances, but she still struggles when emotion gets involved. The second Mike is upset, or Catherine is disappointed, or her father's memory gets dragged into the present, all that precision starts slipping again. So even when her training scores climb, she never feels settled. The power is real, the purpose is real, but the life outside the society keeps pulling at her just as hard. The next stretch of training forces all of them to understand what their powers really mean. Tuma learns that making people obey him is not some cool party trick when a careless order can actually hurt someone. Roxana keeps panicking whenever she flickers out and back in. Mateo is overwhelmed by bugs constantly swarming toward him until he starts realizing they are responding to him. January seems cheerful and supportive, but underneath that she is quietly studying everybody else's abilities and how to use them better than the original owner. And Sam keeps outperforming the others in anything that depends on awareness, which only adds more pressure because now Catherine is watching her like she expects greatness. For the first time in forever, Sam and her mother start spending real time together. Catherine takes her below the palace into the society headquarters, a hidden base packed with recovered weapons, tech, and old mission artifacts. There, Sam learns about the royal master code that opens any secured door in the palace. She also sees a DNA-based nano device designed to target specific genetic traits, something Catherine treats as just another dangerous object in storage. More importantly, Catherine finally explains how Sam's power works. She tells her to stop trying to control everything at once and instead narrow her focus to the one sound or detail that matters. Using music and memory, she helps Sam calm the chaos in her head for the first time. Soon, the team graduates from training exercises to actual fieldwork. Their first real mission is to stop a valuable object from being stolen. Sam uses her senses to identify the apparent thief, and the whole group chases him down. They feel brilliant for about 10 seconds before learning they got played. The man they catch is only bait. The real thief is someone else entirely, and the society loses the target. It is the second failure in a row for the trainees, and James is furious. Sam hates that the mission costs her another night with Mike, but she cannot explain why she keeps disappearing. From Mike's side, it just looks like she has found a new life that does not include him. On a rare free day, Sam and January start bonding for real. Since both of them know what it feels like to grow up in the shadow of the chosen sibling, being around January feels easy in a way almost nothing else does. Sam sneaks her into the palace and shows her the clock tower studio her father built. Up there, surrounded by guitars and old memories, Sam finally lets herself be something other than angry. January plays piano, Sam plays along, and for a little while the room feels alive again. Then Mike shows up, sees Sam sharing that private place with somebody else, and leaves hurt before she can explain any of it. That is the exact moment everything blows open. Inmate 34 suddenly attacks the tower. He is not there to kill Sam yet. He is there to get close, stir confusion, and send a message. Before vanishing, he calls her Snowflake, the nickname only her father ever used. Sam does not listen when James orders everyone to stay put. She runs after the attacker into the woods, desperate to know how a stranger could possibly know that name. James follows to protect her, and the confrontation turns ugly fast. The prisoner is telekinetic, powerful enough to fight off James and his duplicates, and Sam would have been crushed if January had not stepped in at the right second after borrowing Tuma's power to turn the fight. The attacker is captured, but James is badly injured, and the truth about the prisoner finally comes out. Inmate 34 is Edmund, Catherine's brother-in-law and Sam's supposedly dead uncle. Once James is rushed away, Catherine can no longer hide the full story. Edmund was supposed to die with Sam's father in the crash, but he did not. He murdered the king because he wanted the throne and believed the monarchy would never change under Robert's rule. Catherine discovered the truth before Edmund could seize power, erased his identity, and buried him in prison where the public would never know what happened. Sam is shattered. The man who killed her father is her uncle. The mother who always talked about duty also lied to her for years. Catherine allows Sam to face Edmund in custody, hoping that seeing him up close will end any confusion. Instead, Edmund makes things more complicated. He admits killing Robert, but says he did it because Illyria was rotting under inherited power and empty ceremony. In his mind, he is not a monster. He is the only one willing to destroy a broken system. He tells Sam that she already knows the palace stands for appearances over truth, and that one day she will understand why he did it. Sam leaves with even more conflict than she walked in with because she hates him for killing her father, but she also cannot deny that Illyria really does need change. That is where Eleanor unexpectedly becomes important. Sam talks to her sister honestly, maybe for the first time ever, and Eleanor admits the system is not perfect. She promises that when she becomes queen, she wants to make things better. That matters to Sam because it gives her something she has not had before, a reason to believe change might be possible without burning the whole kingdom down. She apologizes to James in the hospital, reconnects a little with the team, and throws herself back into training because now the coronation is not just a ceremony. It is the target. By the time coronation week arrives, the group is stronger and more connected. Tuma is finally learning restraint. Roxana can disappear on command. Matteo is awkward but useful in ways nobody expected. January still feels like Sam's closest friend in the program. That is exactly why the betrayal hits so hard. On the day of the coronation, while royals from all over the world gather in the chapel, January makes her move. She has been working with Edmund from the beginning. She steals Tuma's ability, manipulates palace security, and then finally frees Edmund. Her motive is selfish and bitter. She is tired of living in her brother's shadow and believes helping Edmund will clear the path for her own rise. Sam only finds out because Matteo manages to get a warning out using the insects under his control. By then, Edmund is already inside the palace and the ceremony has started. Sam realizes she cannot stop this alone, and for the first time she tells Mike the truth. She is a second-born royal with powers. Summer school was secret superhero training. Her uncle killed her father, escaped prison, and is about to do something terrible at Eleanor's coronation. Mike listens to the whole thing, says it is the worst story he has ever heard, then shows up anyway because that is what real friends do. Together, they ambush January in a storage building, knock her out, and wring the rest of the plan from her. Edmund stole the nano device from headquarters. He intends to release it over the coronation so it wipes out everyone with royal blood. Now Sam finally becomes the leader she has been building toward all along. She gathers Tuma, Roxana, Matteo, and Mike, explains what Edmund took from the vault, and turns the team into a plan. They cannot overpower him head-on, so they will split up, force him to keep reacting, and guide him toward the clock tower studio, where they have already set up a trap to catch him. Edmund is already on the chapel roof when Sam reaches him. He has the device activated, and below them, Catherine is giving Eleanor a speech about leadership, while the chapel fills with royals who have no idea they are seconds away from dying. Sam tries one last time to talk Edmund down, but he insists this is freedom. A world without royals. Sam answers with the one thing he cannot twist. Killing innocent people is not freedom. It is murder. The second that fails, the team springs the trap. Tuma forces Edmund to look the wrong way. Roxana vanishes in and out to keep him distracted. Matteo sends butterflies to lift Sam when she has to jump from the rooftop. Edmund answers with telekinetic attacks that rip bricks from the chapel walls and hurl stone through the palace gardens. Sam spends half the chase dodging debris and the other half staying one step ahead of his rage. Every second, Eleanor moves closer to the crown while Edmund moves closer to releasing death over the entire chapel. Sam barely makes it into the clock tower studio before Edmund catches up. Inside, Mike has already arranged the collars in a laser grid that kills Edmund's power the moment he crosses into the room. The instant he steps inside, his telekinesis drops out. Mike holds the nano device from above while Sam locks Edmund in place with timing instead of brute force. Edmund still tries to bluff his way out, warning that if they use the device wrong, they could all die. But Mike has already reprogrammed it. The same weapon Edmund prepared for the royal bloodline is now tuned to contain him. The nano device counts down. 3, 2, 1. The device opens, releases a black cloud of nanotech, and swallows Edmund whole. A second later, it seals shut again with Edmund trapped inside. The threat is over. Sam helps stop Edmund in the clock tower, and inside the chapel, Catherine finishes the ceremony by crowning Eleanor queen. The ceremony finishes, and the room rises in applause. Sam stays beside her sister. As Illyria gets its new queen, that is where the story should land. So how was the story? Tell me in the comments what part you enjoyed the most. And if you enjoyed the recap, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.